Every week, millions of seniors spend 30, 40, even $80 a month on protein powders and muscle building supplements. They shake them into smoothies, they mix them into yogurt, they follow every instruction on the label. And then they wonder why they're still losing muscle year after year, getting weaker, struggling with stairs, feeling less steady on their feet than they did just a few years ago. What if the problem isn't that they're not trying hard enough? What if it's that they've been spending money on the wrong thing entirely while the right answer sits in the refrigerator for about $1? Because here's what the research now tells us. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that one ordinary food triggered 30 to 40% greater muscle protein synthesis than an equal amount of protein consumed in supplement form. The researchers were genuinely surprised by the margin. And when you understand exactly why this happens inside the aging body, the whole picture changes. If you've noticed your arms and legs looking thinner than they used to, if you feel weaker doing things that used to be effortless, or if you've been faithfully taking protein supplements and not seeing results, stay with me. What I'm about to explain could save you real money and actually start moving the needle on your strength. I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and this channel exists to bring you the latest evidence-based research on health and aging, explained clearly so you can actually use it. If you're not subscribed yet, please do that now, because we publish new videos every week, and the one coming next week is one you'll really want to see. So, what is this $1 food? It's the whole egg. Two large eggs cost about 50 cents at most grocery stores. Yet they contain one of the most effective and complete muscle-building nutritional packages ever studied in older adults. Not just protein, something far more specific to what your muscles actually need after 60. Here's the key thing you need to understand. After age 60, your muscles develop what researchers call anabolic resistance. That phrase sounds complicated, but the concept is simple. When you were younger, your muscles responded enthusiastically to any protein you ate. You had a chicken breast at dinner, and your body efficiently converted that protein into new muscle tissue. But that process becomes sluggish as you age. Your muscles need a much stronger signal to respond. And that signal has a name. It's called leucine. Leucine is one of 9 essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. But it's not just another amino acid. It acts as the specific switch that turns on the biological process of building muscle, a process scientists call muscle protein synthesis. Research from McMaster University, one of the world's leading centers for muscle physiology research, confirmed that adults over 60 need approximately 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine in a single meal to adequately activate this switch. Without that threshold, the process barely turns on at all, regardless of how much total protein you consume. Now, here's where the egg becomes extraordinary. 2 large whole eggs provide a meaningful dose of leucine, along with the exact nutritional environment your aging muscles need to use that leucine most effectively. And this brings us to the University of Illinois study I mentioned, because this is the finding that changes everything. Researchers compared muscle protein synthesis in men who ate whole eggs after exercise against men who ate only egg whites, with the exact same total protein content. Same amino acids, same leucine amount. But the whole egg group showed 30 to 40% greater muscle protein synthesis. That's a massive difference, and the reason comes down to what's inside the yolk. Comment below right now and tell me, have you been throwing away egg yolks because of old cholesterol advice? I want to know how many people in this community have been doing this for years. The egg yolk contains vitamin D, and this matters enormously. Multiple studies have shown that vitamin D directly supports muscle fiber function and strength. And research published in Nutrients found that over 60% of adults over 65 have insufficient vitamin D levels. The yolk also contains zinc, which helps regulate the hormonal response that supports muscle building. It contains healthy fats that help your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins you need. And it contains choline, which supports the connection between your nervous system and your muscle fibers, the pathway that determines how well you can actually recruit and use the muscle you have. No protein powder on the market replicates this complete matrix. Whey protein gives you amino acids. Collagen supplements give you collagen peptides, but nothing manufactured in a laboratory replicates what millions of years of evolution designed the whole egg to do. Now, before I tell you the exact protocol for getting the maximum muscle building benefit from eggs, I want to address something I hear constantly from people over 60. What about cholesterol? Because this concern has been keeping people away from one of the most beneficial foods for aging muscle, and the science has completely moved on. A comprehensive 2019 study published in the journal Heart, analyzing data from hundreds of thousands of adults, found no significant association between eating up to one egg per day and cardiovascular disease risk in healthy individuals. The American Heart Association's current guidance reflects this. The old fear was based on research that conflated dietary cholesterol with blood cholesterol, and we now understand those are not the same thing for most people. Decades of people avoiding egg yolks did real harm to their muscle health for a concern that modern evidence does not support. Let me tell you about Margaret, 71, who lives in Tennessee. For 3 years, Margaret had been taking a premium protein shake every morning, spending nearly $60 a month, because her doctor recommended she increase her protein intake to address the muscle loss that was making it hard for her to climb stairs. Her grip strength was declining. She'd lost about 12 pounds of lean muscle mass over 2 years. She was following every piece of advice she'd been given, and nothing was changing. When she switched to eating 2 whole eggs each morning, adding them to her existing breakfast and making no other significant changes, her 6-month reassessment told a different story. Her grip strength had measurably improved, and she had regained approximately 4 pounds of lean muscle. Margaret told her doctor she felt more like herself than she had in years. She also mentioned she'd given up eggs a decade earlier because of cholesterol advice, and no one had ever told her the guidance had changed. But here's the part most people miss entirely, and this could make the single biggest difference in how much benefit you actually get. The timing of when you eat your eggs matters just as much as eating them at all. Research published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that consuming leucine-rich protein within 30 to 60 minutes of physical activity, even moderate activity like a brisk walk, dramatically amplifies the muscle-building response. Your muscle cells are most biochemically receptive to amino acids in this post-activity window. Leucine is absorbed faster. The signal to synthesize new muscle protein is stronger. The window is real, and in older adults, it's particularly powerful. So if you take a morning walk, even 10 minutes, and then eat your 2 whole eggs within an hour afterward, you are stacking the two most effective natural muscle building stimuli available to aging adults. Movement followed by leucine in the optimal window. Simple, sustainable, and essentially free compared to any supplement on the market. There's one more insight from the research that older adults almost never hear. Frequency beats quantity when it comes to muscle protein synthesis after 60. Spreading your protein, and especially your leucine, across 2 or 3 meals throughout the day produces significantly better results than eating most of your protein in one large meal. Many seniors eat a small breakfast, a small lunch, and then a large dinner. That pattern leaves your muscles without adequate leucine signals for most of the day, and those windows are lost. 2 eggs in the morning with a walk. A leucine-rich protein source at lunch, like canned sardines, cottage cheese, or Greek yogurt. This rhythm consistently throughout the week creates the conditions for real muscle maintenance and even modest muscle building, even in your 70s and 80s. Let me tell you briefly about Frank, 68, a retired electrician who had been told his leg weakness and balance problems were simply part of getting older. Frank started eating 2 whole eggs most mornings and added a small protein-rich food at lunch. He also started a 15-minute walk each morning. Nothing intense. After 4 months, his balance had improved enough that he stopped needing a walking stick inside his house. He told his daughter he hadn't felt that physically capable in close to a decade. The mechanism is not mysterious. His muscles were finally receiving the right signal at the right time, consistently. Now here is exactly what you should do. Starting tomorrow morning, eat 2 whole eggs, not egg whites, whole eggs within 1 hour of any physical activity. If you don't currently have a morning routine, take a 10-minute walk before or after breakfast. Do this 5 to 7 days a week. That's the core of the protocol. If your budget allows, look for pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched eggs. Research from Penn State University found they contain up to 6 times more vitamin D than standard eggs. But standard grocery store eggs still provide the full benefit for muscle building. A dozen eggs at most stores cost $2 to $4, which gives you 2 full weeks of daily muscle building breakfasts for less than the price of a single serving of most premium protein powders. Add a second leucine rich protein at lunch. Canned sardines are inexpensive and extremely high in bioavailable protein and vitamin D. Cottage cheese and Greek yogurt are also excellent choices. The goal is to create leucine signals at 2 or 3 points during your day, not just once. If you take blood thinners, have kidney disease, or have been advised by your doctor to limit eggs for a personal health reason specific to your situation, please consult with your physician before changing your diet. For most healthy adults over 60, 2 eggs per day is well within safe and recommended ranges. If you're uncertain about your own cholesterol or cardiovascular situation, a conversation with your doctor and a current lipid panel will give you the information you need to make the right choice for your body specifically. Give this protocol 8 to 12 weeks before evaluating results. Muscle adaptation takes time. What you're looking for is not a dramatic transformation, but a gradual improvement in grip strength, in how your legs feel on stairs, in your overall steadiness and capability. These are real, measurable, and they compound. The takeaway from everything we've covered is this. After 60, your muscles need a specific leucine signal delivered in the right nutritional environment, consistently and with good timing. The whole egg delivers that signal in a complete package that no supplement has yet replicated, and it costs almost nothing. If this video helped you see something you hadn't considered before, I want to hear from you. Comment the word eggs if you're going to try this starting tomorrow. Comment switched if you've already been eating whole eggs and noticed a difference. And comment sharing if you're going to send this to someone who's spending money on protein powder and not getting results. If you found value here, please subscribe and turn on your notifications because next week we're covering the single mineral deficiency that affects more than 60% of adults over 65 and is directly responsible for the fatigue, muscle cramping, and poor sleep that most doctors never connect to this one root cause. You do not want to miss that one. I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell. Keep moving, eat well, and I'll see you in the next video.